Hey guys, Joe here, and here I am to go over the top 5 best sword fighters in my personal opinion. Now these are just some of the strongest in my eyes, but tell me what you do think in the comment section below. To begin, I'm going to choose Shulk. Now Shulk has been in a kind of weird spot ever since his release. I mean, he varies from middle tier to slightly above middle to slightly below middle, and the trend just seems to continue as far as the tier list voted by the community go. Now I can kind of see why this does happen. Shulk is a very different fighter. I mean, at some points you could see an amazing Shulk sweep an entire tournament, but the very next day, the same Shulk may fall a little bit short. He isn't the safest pick, but he does supply some huge damage and advanced techs that do lead to a lot of his victories, but also lead to a lot of his downfalls. In general, he is a bit slow, but his damage is huge and he always has a great chance for a comeback with the shield Monado or a very early lead with the smash Monado. As for Link, I wanted to make sure that he was on the list, but I feel like he's kind of a mix between a ranged fellow and a sword fighter, so I put him a little bit lower. But with that said, the mix between close and far range really does make him something special and can give him a huge advantage in multiple matchups. He often does pretty well in tournaments, but isn't quite the top tier material. Still, he does very well. He is an amazing choice for someone who does have a very diverse playstyle as well, and he has a lot of cool plays that can be done if you do happen to master Link. That might take a while, but it's really worthwhile. For Meta Knight, I also wanted to place him a little bit lower for the fact that he is kind of a cross between a sword fighter and a melee brawler. Essentially, he also differentiates a bit from the sword fighter norms, but with that said, the differences aren't a pain but a blessing. Meta Knight can space decently with his disjointed hitbox from the sword, and he also has decent range with his forward air and of course his smash attacks, while also being able to go completely ham on a foe, dealing huge amounts of damage in combos and maybe even racking it into a kill with his very potent up B. Add this all to the fact that he's also very small and fast, it really makes him a great non-traditional sword fighter. Cloud just barely got released, but his power has already been shown greatly in such a short amount of time and with so little practice available. He got huge results in Genesis 3 and has won a few tournaments over the globe in general. This really isn't a surprise though. I mean, he's quite fast, extremely strong as far as kill moves, and of course he has some crazy stuff with his limit break. The only real problem for him is his not too great recovery and the fact that his combo throw really doesn't do way too much, but the other strengths kind of make up for that. He's a really cool pick, and I've heard over and over again how he may spot himself an even higher place on the tier listings as time does go on. And finally, for the big cheese, we got Ike. Now, Ike began as a very below average fighter from release, but Nintendo has really buffed him up to a great state. I mean, he isn't OP, but he can hold himself up against almost anybody. Ike has some insane combos now, and of course he got those buff throws, which put him up there for some of the best throws in the entire game. The man has gotten a lot of ending lag reduced, which also gets him a lot more strings and of course the true combos. And finally, he does have a very solid recovery, and of course his smash attack are as powerful as ever if you do happen to get that great read. And with all that said, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did like it, then make sure to smash that like button, and please answer this question in the comment section below. Would you all like me to do some Pokemon top 5 videos in preparation for the new Pokken Tournament game and other content that may be released in 2016 for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon? I'd really like to branch out a little bit, especially because Pokemon is one of my favorite series, but I could wait a little while more to get closer to the release of Pokken, if you would all prefer that. But with all that said, thank you all for watching, answer the question, and I'll see you all next time.